I'm gonna show you how to make, seriously, the best chocolate chip cookies. These are sourdough chocolate chip cookies, and I could not be more excited because they are incredible, game changer, and I'm craving some sourdough chocolate chip cookies, so let's get started. Oh yeah. First, combine your dry ingredients in a medium bowl. We've got some all-purpose flour, cornstarch, which makes the cookies softer and more tender, then baking soda and baking powder for extra insurance, and finally some salt. Now just whisk that together until it's combined and set it aside. Now onto the wet ingredients. You'll need a large mixing bowl. Using melted butter ensures that your cookies have those fudgy centers, but the butter should be melted and cooled. So what I like to do, because I don't like to wait, is I partially melt the butter and then just stir it to melt the rest, and it cools by itself. My best advice in making these sourdough chocolate chip cookies is to use a kitchen scale. You will have perfect results every time. Into your melted butter, add your packed light brown sugar. If your brown sugar seems dry, sandy, or clumpy, you can microwave for 10 seconds with a damp towel to rehydrate it. Also add your granulated sugar and whisk for about 30 seconds or until it's well blended. Next, add 1 whole egg plus 1 egg yolk. Stash that egg white for an omelet the next morning. And last but not least, add your vanilla extract. I'm using my homemade one and I will link to it in the notes, but store-bought is fine. Whisk until thick and blended. It should look a little like caramel. Next, add your room temperature sourdough discard, and it should be ribbon thin. If your starter is too thick, whisk in 1 tablespoon of warm water before measuring it. Now we add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients and fold with a spatula. This is like the easiest recipe. Isn't this so easy? I'm almost done with the dough. This is the easiest chocolate chip cookie recipe ever. And sourdough, it just makes it so special. Not to say that it didn't take me 50,000 times to get it perfect. I've made these cookies so many times, you guys. It's very important not to overmix this dough, so stop mixing just as soon as those flour streaks disappear. Next, gently fold in your chocolate chips. I'm using semi-sweet chocolate chips here. You can use a combination of different kinds of chocolate or even chocolate chunks. And I do save some of those chocolate chips for the end, and you're gonna love what I do with them, so stay tuned. As soon as that chocolate is well blended, cover with plastic wrap and pop it in the fridge. You wanna chill it for 4 to 48 hours. I personally love it best overnight, and it develops even more flavor from the sourdough starter. Also, chilling the dough ensures that your cookies don't flatten into a puddle. Now scoop the dough based on how big you want your cookies to be. You can eyeball it or use a kitchen scale. For 16 larger cookies like we're making today, you'll need about 65 to 70 grams of dough per cookie. Since I like even-sized cookies, I am using a kitchen scale. Portion those out first onto 2 parchment-lined baking sheets, then roll the dough into balls with your hands, and there's no need for perfection on these. These do spread in the oven, so make sure they're at least 3 inches apart. Also, it's very important that you bake 1 cookie sheet at a time. When I've tried baking 2 at a time, even if I rotate the pans, I always have one batch that looks worse than the other. Bake in the center of a fully preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes for these larger cookies. They're done when they no longer look wet and glossy on top, and the edges should be slightly golden. If you want soft cookies, do not overbake. They should be very soft at this point, but they'll continue to finish cooking as they rest. Now, as soon as they come out of the oven, push chocolate chips into the top. This will make them look bakery quality. Repeat with baking that second batch of cookies that's on the counter. And as soon as they're done baking, dot the tops with your reserved chocolate chips. If you add the chocolate chips to the cookies while they're still hot, they will melt and become gooey and incorporate right into the dough. Seriously, just took these cookies from like a 7 or an 8 to like an 11. I mean, it not only like studs the top with chocolate and looks so cute, but it also, I feel like, adds a little bit of dimension to the cookies, because when you push down, it kind of like sinks down a little bit in that spot. It just makes them look so glamorous, like bakery cookies, seriously, but they taste even better than they look. I'm telling you guys, try these and you won't want any other chocolate chip cookies. Once they've been on the baking sheet for about 5 minutes, you want to let them rest a little bit, otherwise they can kind of break because they're soft cookies. Okay, this is a soft chocolate chip cookie. Okay, once they've been on that baking sheet for 5 minutes, you can transfer them. Take a look at the bottom. I wanna show you that because this, my friends, is what we call perfection, okay? And you know they're done when they're no longer like wet looking on top, just barely golden at the edges. Barely, barely. That's what you're looking for in the oven. You don't wanna overbake your chocolate chip cookies, and these chocolate chip cookies will stay soft for days. I like to pop them in the microwave after a day or two. They literally taste like they were freshly baked. The chocolate gets all melty and gooey, and I can't say enough good things about these. Oh my gosh, I want a cookie so bad. Okay, it's just a cookie, they said. It's impossible. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This is not just a cookie. It is a sourdough chocolate chip cookie, and it's got that slow cold fermentation overnight, so it definitely has all the benefits of sourdough in it. I mean, this might as well be a salad. I'm not gonna feel bad about it. I put in the chocolate chip cookies while the cookie's still warm, and now you can see they're all like melty gooey. That's so good. Okay, let me show you the melty gooey. I'm not just gonna say it. I'm gonna show you. Look at this. It's like a cheese pull, but it's chocolate. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's still going. Best day ever. Look at this. In the beginning of my sourdough chocolate chip cookie journey, I tried all of the popular cookie recipes that are out there, and they were all like this cakey texture. I think people didn't really compensate for the sourdough starter that was in the cookie, and it was just all wrong. And I made so many cakey cookies, and I was like, nope, nope, nope. And I stuck with it, and oh my gosh, I am so pleased. You know what this reminds me of? Like, when I was in high school, in the cafeteria, they sold the best chocolate chip cookies, and the taste and the texture is like these. It's ridiculous. Okay, can you tell I'm excited? I worked very hard on this recipe, and it's so good. Let me just take a bite. Oh my gosh. Oh, they are so chocolatey. They are moist. They have so much flavor because I used brown sugar, which has like a natural molasses in it. They're buttery, they're gooey, they're chocolatey. Ah! Everything that you could dream of in a chocolate chip cookie is right here. It's literally the best thing ever. Now I have chocolate on my fingers.
I can lick them.
That's a very generous offer, husband. In case you didn't know, the cameraman is my husband. So when he offers to lick my finger, it's not that weird, but it's still weird. I'm really sorry. Oh my gosh, I probably have chocolate in my teeth. Do I? Probably not. Okay, what was I gonna tell you? Oh, if you guys love desserts, we have a whole chapter on desserts in my cookbook, including my mom's famous rougalash cookies. They're so tasty, super easy to make. I will leave a link to this in the notes if you haven't gotten your hands on a copy already. Also, let me know where you guys spotted Sharky in the video, and if you guys have any recipe requests, whether it's sourdough or anything else, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you, and we'll see you on the next episode of Natasha's Kitchen. Now, I have a date with my cookie. Oh my gosh. I know my kids are gonna be happy when they come home and see this.